Just so crazy, y'all. I just got these they're called murder ball liquid death shorts. Oh, and they're freaking, I love these. These are like basically my birthday present. It's my favorite birthday present ever. I love these. Let's see here. Shorts. I was just badass. I was just getting ready. I was just posting about how someone said something about laziest people are the angel workers. I'm like, yeah, I never heard of called like that, whatever you call them, but it's so true. It's not only that, they just take everything, they believe everything they're told into the duality of illusion. So you have to learn to detach from that, and then they'll belittle or insult you. Take it as flattery or a compliment. They're always going to say, because you found out you're God, for example, or invulnerable, or you have these abilities. They've not yet reached that point. Some people could say, oh, you haven't opened your they haven't opened their third eye and the pineal gland. Whatever, you know. It's not even worth argument, debate, who's more spiritually pure, things like that. Singularity is all that exists. It's the nature of things. It's just like this tree. This tree's not here going to an AA meeting trying to figure out how to grow itself. It naturally does it when it lets go of any ideas that it's, enslaved or whatever. If you told it, I'm sure if you told this tree, if you could speak to it in English, you could tell it all kinds of things all day. A matter of it believing it doesn't matter, because it's still going to grow. And that's just the nature of reality. You don't need God, you don't need karma, you don't need astro fucking signs. You think this tree's wondering what fucking astro sign it is or what day it is? It's unbelievable. But the issue I have with all of this is, it's my own opinion and thought profession. I have every right to it, just as much as these people have rights to all their white sunlit worshipping Orderite bullshit and dogmatic bias. But I don't have to waste my time or energy like I am right now, unfortunately, indulging in it, because it is a true utter waste of time. And that's what pisses me off, probably, is that I've wasted 30 years of my life. Now I can live life and then of course be called pagan or, oh, you think you're God. I don't give a fuck, it's nice to be set free, let's just say that. And I thought I'd share this because I love these shorts. They're cool, it's materialistic, and I can love these shorts. Just before you start believing in things that people tell you, consider thinking for yourself. That's what I would probably say. You've been taught a lot of things, and I think it gets heavier, and we become overburdened with lies. And till you really let go and unlearn them, I mean, even down to you believe you're on a spinning ball. Do you feel like you're spinning? There's so many aspects of this, and it's an argument that leads to debate. It's not worth it. When you understand how magnetism works, nature, you begin to see how human beings are actually not as smart as we all thought. In fact, far from it. Just complete idiots. And that's by the masses. That's the collective, if you will. What I call archons. And it just becomes very lonely, because at the top you're like, okay, these people have read all the textbook, all the fucking stories, the fairy tales, the allegories, and they've missed the point, and they've taken the story literal. And I think that's the dangerous part. The reason why I can't even socialize with mass collective groups or communities, and I would be thrown out of groups for just even questioning it. I've been banned, blocked, shadow banned, on and on and on, as you can imagine. And that's just all that is to it. So you're like, Eric, why don't you just get along with people? Because people are fucking stupid, and it's not worth my time. I mean, when you're that dumb, And it's great because we have created a environment and community network, our own, the Black Sun Empire, of the most intelligent, creative geniuses and minds of our time, who don't just take things at first hand due to social cognitive dissonance and what have you. I guess you could say peer pressure. So they've been socially engineered, brainwashed, and like it works both ways. So that's where duality is an illusion. You could say, oh, I'm a light worker, I'm good, and this is how to be pure to activate your pineal gland. This is like some weird beta shit. It's distracting you from the sexual energy, from your creative intrusiveness, and it gets intrusive when it gets into your way of your cognitive progression and evolution of who you are. I know, because I wasted a lot of my life believing the same things. If you have to believe in it, have faith in it, hope, then just consider that it's not a reality. It's not natural. It's not real. Okay, angels, demons, aliens, UFOs, that's great. If you want to talk about different quantum levels and physics and dimensions and planets, but until you are able to just go there, be there, shake their hand, smell them, it is all a assumption, a fabricated speculation. Until we're able to go to the moon, we're not, where does it pertain to anything that I'm talking about? Like, literally, we could be doing something. We could be building empires. So that's where I say this. My energy will no longer be distracted from this point on. I've said this before. And it's been years. I thought everybody kind of evolved. But it seems as if people have not evolved. They're just right back where they are, just in a different way. I notice a lot of the white sun worshippers actually take what I say, and then they end up creating another cult or a different dogmatic bias off of what I said. There will be a black sun, watch, there will be a black sun cult that will basically tie in some new age angelic force as the light, the God, the sun, and all this shit that will externalize. This is where I see the bigger picture on every spectrum when you guys try to do this shit. Okay, you're going to try to create an externalized version of what I'm saying, the black sun, a God. You'll externalize that depiction of God instead of realizing you are the thing you're looking for. You are it. You inverse. You're the God you're looking for. That thing you're searching for is you, my friend. And I just it goes on and on and on. It's their little way of putting principles, laws, regulations, obligations, and expectations on Mother Nature, that when you believe in these things, then we can be friends. When you believe in the astro signs, we are cool. You tap into the other planets and aliens, okay, now we're connected. It's a fucking cult. It becomes another religion, a religious dogma tied in with your bias, and it's a belief, faith, security blanket of hope. Another messianic salvation sale. The greatest story ever told. And it's the greatest story ever sold because normally you have something attached to it, like an industry. At least me being in business, I admit I am in business. I do business, right? I keep that separate. Of course, I have my spirituality, thought processes, and things I talk about, but I never had to stoop as low to like promote it through some spiritual dichotomy, and I'm not going to. I keep it separate. I do palm trees and health stuff, and it saves people's lives, what have you. Okay, it's not because of some angel told me or whatever, or like God, a universe, karma is blessing me. It's such utter fucking bullshit, utter nonsense. It's ludicrous, it's absurd, and I almost am at the point where I just want to block everybody who even promotes that type of ideology. It becomes so fucking stagnant, and it's mediocrity at its greatest. That's the only issue I have with it. But you know, I love you all anyway, but I'm not saying that empathetically as my friend Rylands calls it, an empathetic sociopath, a psychopath, empathetic psychopath, I think it's what he calls it. So we have the inevitable serendipity, yes, and if I'm wrong about that, then there's a potential duality somewhat exists at some point, then you have a clandestine calamity. I agree with that, okay? It's possible, but in the end, the bigger picture, it's like, is the inevitable serendipity, again. See, so we ended here, my foot on the log. That's the inevitable serendipity. It was inevitable this was going to manifest. But I'm going to change it up and do this. I randomly just threw that log down. That would be like a clandestine calamity if it like smashed my toe. It'd be a bad event that just took place because I randomly chose to spontaneously move this. And that's also some form of physics, that my consciousness observing this log gives it reality. If I wasn't here to see this log, then how do we know it exists? And now I'm telling you that this log exists, right? Okay, that's nature reality in this matrix simulation spectrum, okay? But if I tell you there's a golden log that exists and you have to take my word for it, and it controls everything and every dynamic of your life, okay, and you believe that, okay, it's not a part of nature reality. It now becomes a faith and a social construct which you have to have faith in and believe what I'm telling you. And then everyone can believe it, and it becomes a majority vote. Collectively, it becomes a religion. And the religious dogma is, no, we all know there's a golden log. Erik talks about it, and it's controlling everything. Okay, do you not see the dynamic? This is utterly the same, initially the same thing that you're doing when we're talking about any of this white sunlight worshiping shit. But as long as you wrap it up with a word that everyone can identify with, like light or karma or goodness and positivity, good vibrations, high frequencies, pineal gland, third eye, first eye, however you want to put it, kundalini, okay? Then we all of a sudden can wrap it up and say, yeah, I claim, applaud, yeah, I'm down. I understand it, okay? But when you just try to simply describe something that maybe I am God, the thing you're searching for is within yourself, it's almost too boring for these people that they can't stand it. But also you never get to live life. And that's the issue I have right there, is that utterly life is no meaning, and you want to create a meaning that's not there. That creates a lie, a delusion, an illusion of duality. And quite frankly, this is going to be the last time I ever talk about this, because I'm talking numerology, not arithmetic, but what's the other thing? Geometria, or other superstitious things. Anything that's outside of what is natural, what you see, what you touch, what you hear, what you smell, what is inevitable. It is, okay? That's when I have, like, you cross the line with it. All the astro signs, it's all pure speculation. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, the stick in the mud, but I am the only person who'll stand up and have the courage to actually say something. Sorry if I've stepped on anyone's toes in the industry, because I know that's a big deal. Tarot card readers, psychics, witches, doing casting spells, magic. When someone believes it, okay, when you tell someone something, they will manifest it. Okay, you read it from a book and it's a reading or it's birth chart. When you believe it, you're the one giving it the power to manifest. Never forget that, folks. I'm telling you, the gold nuggets, the fucking pristine gem of this reality. Many people will hate me for it. I really don't care, because I got the courage, the balls to stand up and actually say something, because I don't give a fuck. Okay? Do what you want. Life is inevitable. Let go of the illusions. Trust me, your life is going to get so much fucking better. You will manifest things that you want, okay? Don't push them. And certainly, my life has been the most miserable when I was a white sun worshiper, okay? Always trying to, oh, it's going to be the end. It's the shift. When's the end of the world? The paradox shift, the whatever. These things are all outside of your control, and that's why people push it. They want to put these weird things, and I've even said stuff that end up becoming epic prophecies. They end up happening, okay? That's because I have the power to do so, okay, in my reality. And yes, it does fort into other people's realities. You can have that much power. But I'm going to tell you something. You know how you make yourself weaker from that power? Is believing all the bullshit that they're telling you. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. Follow that, right? Follow that. Be real. Be life. Be you. And that's to be wise, right? And then let it go. You live in the now. That's the best choice. Even though the future and the past are also illusions, the now is also an illusion, which means there is nothing to live for. This is nothing. This is pointless. This is utterly meaningless, right? Even King Solomon had said that. It's true. So let it go. Let it go.